to Anfield, where Liverpool looking to make it 14 successive victories in the Premier League and go 5 points clear at the top. 2 changes for Jurgen Klopp's team today. Divock Origi starts up front in place of Roberto Firmino, and Oxlade-Chamberlain is recalled to the midfield. So that means Adrian continues to deputise in goal for the injured Alisson. Jurgen Klopp said on his Friday press conference that the Brazilian goalkeeper is probably likely to be out for a few more weeks. So that means that the veteran Spaniard continues in goal. Right and left back, there'll be no shocks to hear that Trent Alexander-Arnold is in and Andy Robertson is on the other flank. Joe Matip and Virgil van Dijk continue at centre half. Fabinho, another Brazilian international, is not rested for this one, so he continues at the base of that midfield with Oxlade-Chamberlain and Gini Wijnaldum a little bit ahead of him, and Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah, who both have had the luxury of a full week of training. They're playing with Divock Origi ahead of them up top. So it's a 4-3-3 for Liverpool. They're aiming to make it, as I say, 14 successive victories and go 5 points clear ahead of Man City, who play Norwich later this evening.
How are you feeling ahead of the game today?
Feeling good, yeah. Confident of it.
Training,
yeah.
And we've come all the way from South Africa to watch this hammering happen, so it's going to be good. My cousin is a hell of a long flight, 9 hours of flying. Came back from South Africa just on Tuesday after celebrating my 50th birthday with other fellow Liverpool fans of note. Having a party, enjoying the atmosphere, and going to watch Newcastle be taught a football lesson. I think confident for a 4-1, definitely.
Definitely, we're playing well, so I think we got this one in the bag.
Red all over the land, yeah, Liverpool fancy, £2.
Confident, very confident.
Yeah, definitely confident, sure. The last 2 games have been good, 4 in a row, so hopefully today we get another good win, yeah. Expecting a good win.
Concerned about Newcastle too?
No.
It's packed the bus, I reckon. Sit back and try to hold us off, but I don't think they'll cope long. Maybe half an hour, but we'll break them down eventually, yeah.
Not very optimistic, but we've been known to nick a couple of points away, so just got to hope for the best. Really, who's on form, you know what I mean. So I would like a draw, I'll take ones each, but see what happens.
I think we're Islamic to go and concede early. I think we'll be all right.
And what are your score predictions?
2-1 to Newcastle.
1-0 to Newcastle.
Over the last couple of years since Klopp's game, and they've improved massively. I think they'll win the league this year.
Well, Paul, we're here inside Anfield, having just witnessed Liverpool defeat Newcastle United by 3-1, continuing their 100% start to the season, 5 wins out of 5. At the moment, the 5 points clear at the top. I mean, there's every chance by the time the day's over, it'll be down to 2 points. But still a good result for Liverpool, given the way that the game went in the first half in particular.
It was. First 25 minutes, they were really sluggish, actually, Liverpool. It was an international break hangover, wasn't it? Couldn't really get into the stride. Mohamed Salah barely got a touch. Sadio Mane and Divock Origi ended up swapping positions, didn't he? Because neither of them were doing anything, and Liverpool were punished for it. Jethro Williams and Anfield Road end absolutely spanked one into the top corner with his unfavoured right foot. Great finish, to be fair to him. And yeah, it took around about 25 minutes before Liverpool finally got into gear. But what a finish that was from Sadio Mane for the first goal. Andy Robertson with great work down the left, puts inside, and Mane just opens his body up, curls into the top corner. Martin Dubravka didn't get anywhere near it, and from then Liverpool started slowly but surely to get into gear, didn't they?
I mean, yeah, you mentioned that first goal, but that was at a time when Origi was still on the pitch. He went off with what early indications are it's an ankle injury. I mean, Jurgen Klopp said that he twisted his ankle. He'll undergo a scan either tonight or tomorrow. We'll find out a bit more about the Belgians' fitness. But Roberto Firmino came on from the bench. He'd been rested for the start of the game. I know we'd had a debate beforehand where I think we'd all agreed that he should be benched simply because of the trip that he'd had to the United States on with Brazil. But comes back in, continues his form. The first touch basically gets the ball off Christian Atsu, plays in Sadio Mane, and then there's his part in the second goal, Liverpool's third goal for Mohamed Salah, where he a nice little touch from one foot to the other and back into the path of Salah. I mean, I refer to it as pure filth. would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think pure filth is the description. I said in our match blog, actually, just watch Match of the Day tonight just for that. It was unbelievable bit of skill. He rolled it with his right foot and then back heeled up with his left foot perfectly into Salah's path, who takes it past Shah. Shah is so despair and he ends up on his face, and Salah tucks it away to make it 3-1. But he had a similar impact for me for when he come on the Super Cup. As soon as he come on, he just instantly changed the game, and Liverpool were clicking into gear, and things were coming off, and it all just centred around him, didn't it? In the middle, he was finding passes left and right, and his little party tricks, his flicks, and his little bits of skill here and there. Every single thing he did was coming off, and what a superb performance, particularly second half from him.
I mean, Newcastle manager Steve Bruce had said afterwards, he said, "Oh, it made up when he was on the bench," because he's obviously a big fan of Firmino and what he can do, and he did knit the game together a bit better than certainly when Origi was on. It wasn't so much about Origi going off though. I think it was, as you mentioned, that Liverpool started with Origi on the left and Mane through the middle, and then they did switch, didn't they, just before Mane gets his equaliser. And Jurgen Klopp said afterwards that he admits that it was a mistake setting up like that in the first place. Yeah,
it's a strange one, because normally, I mean, personally myself, I think of Divock Origi as a striker down the middle, and I think of Sadio Mane as a left winger, and they basically changed positions, didn't he? Nobody did that last season against Watford, and Liverpool absolutely battered them that day. I think it was 5-0. But for me, Origi's a centre forward and Mane's a left winger. So it was no surprise that as soon as they changed positions, Liverpool started to slowly but surely strut into life, if you like. So yeah, I mean, that change, that positional change did kind of kick Liverpool into life a little bit, but it was certainly, as soon as Firmino came on, that was when they really raised the game, and everyone took it up 10%, and things were happening that weren't in the first half an hour.
There were one or two other players who shone. I'm looking at Andy Robertson in particular down the left. I mean, from the first whistle, I thought he had a very good game. There was one instant in the first half where he won a tackle, and then he played the ball, didn't he, round the defender, and then won that as well, and then carried on going and won a free kick. And the fans absolutely, that particular moment in time, the atmosphere wasn't particularly great. The fans buzzed off that, and it seemed to infuse the team.
Well, funnily enough, he's just been asked about that in the mix-zone, that particular moment that seemed to transform the game, if you like, and he didn't really seem to remember much about it. He was just saying, it was just one of them things that I do, and that was a big moment, wasn't it? Because he carried it like 30 yards, and he was getting pulled and tugged and held back, and it was just the sheer determination of him to get up the pitch, and the fans responded to that. The song started going off, and everyone just kind of lifted up a little bit. So that was a big moment, really, when you think of Liverpool scoring 3 goals, and you wouldn't normally associate something like that to be a big deal, but it was at the time. And as I say, it was very much a game where Liverpool kind of drifted into it, didn't they? They didn't start great by any stretch of the imagination. And by the end of it, they were looking to hammer forward the park. Yes, Newcastle, and probably should have on another day. Trent Alexander-Arnold should have scored, maybe.
Robertson had a good chance.
And Firmino was probably unlucky as well. So Liverpool deserved 3 points, 5 wins from 5, and what a start. 14 successive wins now, which is the same amount as Arsenal in 2002, Man City in 2017, Man City in 2019. So victory at Chelsea next week, they take the record outright.
And Liverpool are the only team out of them 4 to have done it while scoring at least twice in every game.
That is right,
And that should do us.